class onwards, we are going to start our discussion with other things, right? Temples and religious architectures of Chhattisgarh, right? So we have characterized the temple and religious architecture of Chhattisgarh into three parts. One is ancient history time period, another one is medieval, and third one is modern history development, right? So whatever religious institutions and construction has taken place during ancient period, we are going to discuss that first, then medieval, and then modern. So as we know that Chhattisgarh is a central, Chhattisgarh is a state of central India. You know that how Chhattisgarh got its name as Chhattisgarh. Chhattis is 36 and Garh means fort. So Chhattisgarh is known as the land of 36 forts. It is also known as rice bowl of India, right? Because majorly Chhattisgarh rely on rice cultivation in its economy, right? So Chhattisgarh is a state in central India that boasts a rich tapestry of cultural and architectural heritage, particularly evident in its diverse collection of temples. So, in the last few classes, we have discussed about a couple of temples. We are going to have a quick review of that, and then we are going to discuss the archaeological sites of Chhattisgarh, which are available at present. So, these sca- these scared structures stand as testament of evolution of religious practice and archaeological style over centuries, reflecting the influence of various dynasties and artistic tradition over Chhattisgarh. So if we will talk about the early period from 6th century to 8th century CE, this period is characterized for brick temple. So you can say in the ancient period, Chhattisgarh temples were relying on brick temple, with simply plans amplified of Lakshman temple in Sirpur. That is the example of brick temple, right? Built during the Sarapuriya dynasty. This temple showcases early attempt at ornate decoration. Now, heading towards the medieval time period from 6th to 12th century CE. In this era, it has witnessed a huge change in the architectural style, right? So in this time period, during the Kalchuri dynasty time period, stones became preferred material, and these people started using limestone and granite. Limestone and granite stone for construction, right? Construction of temple. The biggest example of this is Bhoramdev temple of Chhattisgarh. Now, in this time period, we have already discussed that Nagar style temples have emerged. Now, prominently in walls depicting scenes of mythology, epics, and daily life. Now, in this time period, in medieval period, firstly, on the place of bricks, they have switched on large size stone, and on the stone, they have done stone carving, on which they have depicted numerous of mythological stories, numerous of characterized stories, and the social life of that time period. Now, talking about the later Vedic period, later period, that is modern period from 13th to 18th century, while the temple construction continued, the pace slowed down. The focus shifted towards smaller shrine and simpler design. Now, in the later period, again, they have switched on smaller design, right? Rather than large size temples, they have started constructing small size monasteries, small size shrines, and temples. However, regional variation and influence from neighboring kingdoms like Maratha led to incorporation of new element in the temple architecture. Now, let's understand the notable site of this time period. Now, the notable sites of Chhattisgarh, right? The first one is Bhoramdev temple. If you want, you can write it. Bhoramdev temple, Rajim temple, Mahamaya temple, Danteshwari temple, or Balmeshwari temple. Horamdev temple, as we know, it is often referred as Khajuraho of Chhattisgarh. Horamdev temple is architectural marvel of Kabir Dham district. So it is established in Kabir Dham district of Chhattisgarh, dedicated to Lord Shiva. If you remember, I have earlier also told you Bhola, Bhora, Bhoramdev. So it is depicted to Lord Shiva. It is constructed in 11th century. Temple complex showcase exist Nagar style architecture. Its walls are adorned with intricate carving depicting the scenes of epics, Purans, and daily life. The erotic sculpture, similar to those found in Khajuraho, have earned its nickname. So, Bhoramdev temple also depicts some of the erotic sexual structures, which were also depicted at large scale in Khajuraho. So, that's why Bhoramdev temple is known as Mini Khajuraho or the Khajuraho of Chhattisgarh. Now, Rajim temple. This temple is situated on the conflicts of three rivers, Mahanadi, Peri, and Sondur, right? So that's why it is known as Prayagraj. It is known as Prayagraj of Chhattisgarh. Why? Because it is situated on the conflicts of three rivers. Like Prayagraj is established on the conflicts of, as per Hindu mythology, three rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. In the same way, this Rajim temple is established on Mahanadi, Teri, and Sondur. Rajim temple is a revered pilgrimage site. The Rajiv Lochan temple dedicated to Lord Vishnu is the most prominent temple here, built in 7th century. And it is one of the oldest temple of the region, exemplifying earlier big temple architecture. Now remember, Goramdev temple is having stone design, while on the other hand, this Rajim temple has brick design, right? Now, Rajim also house a cluster of other temples dedicated to other deities, making it significant religious place. Next is Mahamaya Temple of Ratanpur. Mahamaya Temple of Ratanpur is dedicated to goddess Durga. This temple is known for its intricate carving and in association with Kalchuri dynasty. So earlier also we have discussed that Mahamaya Temple was developed by Kalchuri dynasty. Now next is Danteshwari Temple of Datewada. Danteshwari Temple of Datewada is a Shakti Peeth. In India there are total 52 Shakti Peeth, right? Out of which one is Danteshwari Temple of Chhattisgarh, which is in Dantewada district of Chhattisgarh. Now, let me tell you, this question has been asked in Chhattisgarh Public Service Commission in the year 2018, right? Ki which of the following temple is also a Shakti Peeth? So you have to remember it. It's Danteshwari Temple. This temple attracts devotees from across the country. Next is Balmeshwari Temple of Dongarga. This is on a hilltop. This is a hilltop temple, right? This temple offers stunning view and is a popular pilgrimage destination. Now, proceeding next. If we will talk about the features of Chhattisgarh temple architecture, it is based on Nagar Shaili. Predominant architectural style is Nagar Shaili. But at some places we find Gandhar Shaili also. Gandhar style also, right? Characterized in a curvilinear shikhar tower over the sanctum. So as I told you, एक गर्भगृह होता है sanctum, sanctum sanctorium, एक गर्भगृह होता है उसके ऊपर एक curvilinear शिखर होता है. Now they have majorly used sandstone while creating large size temple. The preliminary building material was having a distinctive sandstone which is reddish due to hue of many temple. Now, intricate carving, a hallmark of Chhattisgarh or a signature of Chhattisgarh temples. This carving depict a wide range of themes from mythological stories to erotic scene. Next, it also contains mandapas. Mandapas are the pillared halls right? Where the people can go and can offer their prayers to the deity, right? Often refers in the large complex temples. Next is Garbhagriha, or that is Sanctum Sanctorium, or the inner sanctum of the house of deity, typically a small, dimly lit chamber. So the Garbhagriha has, like, it doesn't have the proper sunlight, right? It is having dim light over that Garbhagriha or Sanctum Sanctorium, which is the key area of that particular temple. Now, let's follow the archaeological site of Chhattisgarh. Now, before that, anyone has any confusion in the temple? Yes, all the temples are clear. If you will give me go ahead, then only I can proceed with the archaeological sites of Chhattisgarh. Yes, Tanvi,
Yes, sir.
Malavi. Yes, sir. Perfect. Chaliye. Now, let's follow the archaeological sites of Chhattisgarh. So, the first one is Malhar site, right? Malhar is a small town situated in Bastar district of Chhattisgarh, right? It has archaeological significance. It is 40 kilometers away from Bilaspur by road. In Malhar, many ancient temples have been found, such as Pataleshwar temple of Lord Shiva, the Devri temple, the Dindeshwari temple. Ancient deposits and Jain memorial were also found here. So you have to remember three facts about Malhar. Malhar is the archaeological site of Chhattisgarh. It is situated in Bilaspur district, right? It has Pataleshwar temple, Devri temple, Dindeshwari temple. Now, and it also has some Jain memorials. The four-handed idol of Lord Vishnu is significant, which is found from Malhar site of Chhattisgarh. The remains found here are from the period of approximately 1000 before Christ, right? To the Ratanpura culture regime, right? So we have found like this area, Malhar area, was well flourished from 1000 BCE to Kalchuri people, like 8th or 9th century or 8th or 9th century Common Era. Now, to Ratanpur Kalchuri regime, the temple of 10th and 11th century are also conspicuous. Among them, Pataleshwar Kedar temple is one where the Gaumukhi Shivling is the main attraction. It is Gaumukhi Shivling. It is not a normal Shivling. Shivling has the face shape of a cow, right? It has a cow head. The Dindeshwari temple of Kalchuri regime is also significant. The artistic idols are present in the Deor temple. It is there is also a museum in Malhar, okay? And this particular museum is being managed by the government of India, having a good collection of old sculptures. Malhar is in the list of ancient monument and archaeological sites and remains of national importance by Archaeological Survey of India. Next site is Sirpur, right? Next site is Sirpur. Sirpur is the site located on the bank of river Mahanadi. It is almost 50 years ago from today when the first inscription was found from the area, which talked about the presence of Shiva temple in the vicinity. However, it was only in the area, it was only in the early 2000 that work actually began to excavate. So Sirpur site has been discovered 50 years ago from today, but actually the real excavation began before 25 years ago from today. Sirpur site has Lord Shiva temple. As you can see in the image, I hope this image is visible to all of you. So this temple, and this is what we call Sanctum Sanctorium. So here you can see it is the combination of Nagar and Dravidian style. It has Dravidian style because as you can see here there are certain statues, but its shape is like this dome shaped structure, right? So and at the center it is having sanctum sanctorium. Right? Now, has begun to excavate the area and where the archaeologists found, okay, changed and not just our understanding of the region but also the evolution of temple architecture both here as well as in South India. So there, this Sirpur site temple of Lord Shiva shows the combination of Nagar style with South Indian Dravidian style. Now, some of the discoveries have been completely baffled for the historians and has helped to understand the history of the region and religions much better. For instance, the Buddha Vihara found here is believed to be 4 times larger than famed Nalanda University in Bihar. So there they have found a Buddha Vihar. That was a sort of college which was 4 times larger than Nalanda University in Bihar, which was quite an important discovery from Sirpur site, right? So next is Tari Ghat. The mythological story of present in the Chhattisgarh is is that from the days of Mahabharata and Ramayana, this area Tari Ghat is established. Now, Chhattisgarh has a number of very important archaeological sites, historical palaces, forts, some magnificent Chhattisgarh temples. The region of India has witnessed rise and fall of many great dynasties and kingdoms. Now, this Tari Ghat is in Ramayana, it is referred as Tarakwan. You remember Tarakwan, mein there was a female, what we call it, Asur or devil power. Taraka was there in Tarakwan, right? Now, recent archaeological finds in Chhattisgarh indicate the existence of continuous settlement from the prehistoric to the late medieval period. Now, it is known as the earliest human settlement in Chhattisgarh were established much before they came in existence in any part of the country. So, in Chhattisgarh, the first organized lifestyle has begun. Almost 1000 year BC. That means 3005 years ago from today. Now, the last year, a 2500-year-old plant city in Tarighat, Chhattisgarh, has been discovered, which was equipped with water reservoirs, roads, seals, coins, buried 20 feet below the ground. So, what does it mean? That this particular civilization was contemporary to almost Indus Valley civilization, right? And from there, we have found the plant city, which has water reservoirs, roads, seals, coins, everything, and which were discovered by archaeologists. The site was destroyed by a large fire took place in 2nd century BC. Matlab, before like 200 years before the birth of Jesus Christ, this civilization has come to an end. This civilization was established 2500 year BCE, right? Before Common Era and ended in 200 BCE, right? So technically it has survived for 2300 years. And this site has ended due to a wildfire. Now, numerous Indo-Greek coins were discovered in this area, which means that this civilization people, Tarighat civilization people, had trade and commerce with Greek people also, along with more than 15 variety of bats. Bats are like जो माला में मोती होते हैं ना उनको बोलते हैं bats. Found in large in almost 2000 unusual size, styles and shapes. So 15 variety of you can say moti bags were found, okay, at 200 unusual size, style and shapes, which suggests that Chhattisgarh served as a significant bed manufacturing center. pendants, ornaments, bangles of gold, silver, copper have been unearthed. So from this site of Tari Ghat, this site is very important. From there we have also discovered numerous of ornaments, right? Numerous of ornaments made up of gold, silver, and copper. Now, next site is Raipur. Now, Raipur has come into existence in 9th century. So it is quite later as compared to the Tari Ghat. Now, the old site and the ruins of the fort can be seen in the southern part of the city. Raipur district is most historically and as a point of interest archaeologically, the district was once the part of Dakshin Koshala kingdom. So Raipur was the part of Dakshin Koshala kingdom and later became the part of Mauryan Empire. The in 4th century CE, Gupta kingdom Samudragupta conquered this region. Samudragupta, who is known as Napoleon of India, has conquered this region, right? And established Gupta domination in the region. And in 5th and 6th century, when the area come under the rule of Sarabpuriya kings, for some time in 5th and 6th century, Nala kings dominated the area. Later on, Somvanshi king took charge or took control over the ruled area of Sirpur and as their capital city. Now, Mahashiv Gupta Balarjun was the mightiest emperor of the dynasty. Now, his mother, the widow of Queen Harshgupta of Somvansh, Vasata, Rani Vasata built a brick temple of Lakshman. So, Lakshman temple is established where? It is established in Raipur. Majorly, this city Raipur has been ruled by Gupta dynasty. It was ruled by Mauryan Empire, then Mauryan Empire, then Gupta dynasty, then Sharapuriyas, then Nala kings, then Somvanshis, right? Then Kalchuri dynasty. Kalchuri dynasty of Tumnam ruled the area for a longer period, making Ratanpur their capital. Now, Ratanpur is a city closer to Raipur, right? Ratanpur is not a district in itself in Chhattisgarh, but it is an important archaeological site of Chhattisgarh, right? The old inscriptions of Ratanpur, Rajim, and Kallari refer to the region as Kalchuri kings. Raipur was the capital of a branch of Kalchuri dynasty. Now we know that Kalchuris were of two, Kalchuris of Ratanpur and Kalchuris of Tripur. So those who were the Kalchuris of Ratanpur, they made their capital city Ratanpur, which was near to Raipur, whose rulers controlled the forts of Chhattisgarh for a considerable time period. Now, next site is Karka Bhat or Karka Bhat. So, it is a megalithic burial site. So, it is Middle Stone Age site, right? Karka Bhat. It is a site near Balod district in Chhattisgarh. Though from a distance from the entire ground looks like a tumble of big rock in disarray, close inspection reveals a design. The layer of boulders around the menhirs can be found in an arranged pyramidal design gradually peaking at the top. So, in the megalithic time period, right? In megalithic, neolithic, and chalcolithic time period, these people constructed pyramid-like structure in Balod district of Chhattisgarh, where in Karkabhat. Now, these menhirs or minars were further placed inclining towards east to west. So these minars were inclining from east to west. Next is Dhanora. Dhanora is another site found in Durg district of Chhattisgarh. This site is located 21 kilometers from the Balod on Balod Dhamtari road. About 500 megalithic sites were located during the excavation conducted by late M.G. Dikshit in 1956-57. We have already discussed in the first class when we have talked about megalithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic, and that early period, early Stone Age. There we have understood that Dhanora site in Durg district has been discovered by late M.G. Dikshit, and he classified the megalithic into four types, type 1 to type 4. These are mostly menhirs of small and large proportion kept in the position by means of buttress of large boulders. So what they have done, they have collected large size boulders like this, placed them together and formed a minhar or a pyramid like structure. Some of the megalithic were excavated and human skeleton remains, objects of beds, glass bangles were recovered. One of the chamber even contains a copper vessel, which means in the megalithic time period, these people were aware of copper, these people were aware of preparation of ornaments, beds, they were aware of utensils. Here also several megalithic sites or megalithic monuments, Karen Circle or Minhars has disappeared because of quarrying operation. Due to, it is unfortunate to say, due to numerous of quarrying operation, some of the sites have been distorted completely. Right? Now, anyone has any question till here? Yes. Yes. Any question? No, sir. Perfect. Perfect. So before I proceed ahead for today's MCQ, firstly, Chhattisgarh history mein only this much part is important. Now you people tell me what should I start next? It should be Chhattisgarh geography or it should be Chhattisgarh land revenue code or Chhattisgarh rent control act. Which one you want me to start next? Chhattisgarh Rent Control Act or like the Chhattisgarh geography or like wildlife, something like that. Tell me. We have to cover everything, that is for sure. My idea was law, non-law, law, non-law, right? So we have done non-law में Chhattisgarh history. Now we can cover Chhattisgarh Rent Control Act. Exactly. Law. So that is, we can start with Chhattisgarh Land Revenue Code or Chhattisgarh Rent Control Act, right? Chalo. So let's start with today's question. First question. Which of the following, which dynasty is most associated with flourishing of temple construction in Chhattisgarh during medieval period? During medieval period कितने कौन सी डायनेस्टी थी जो टेम्पल कंस्ट्रक्शन से रिलेटेड? तारापुरिया, कलचुरी, सोमवंशी, नाला. Yes. Yes, it's Kalchuri. Good. Which temple often referred as Khajuraho of Chhattisgarh? We have already solved this question numerous of time. इसका गलत नहीं होना चाहिए आप लोगों का. What should be the correct answer? Harshita, Malvi, Tanvi. Yes, Bhoramdev temple. Bhoramdev temple. Yes, Malvi, Tanvi, you are correct. Now, what is predominant architectural style found in Chhattisgarh? Dravidian, Nagar, Vesara, Indo-Aryan. Majorly, Chhattisgarh temples were influenced by which kind of architecture? Yes.
Nagara.
Nagar. Very good. It's Nagar style. Yes. Tanvi, you are also correct. Malvi, you are also correct. Which material was primarily used for temple construction in Chhattisgarh? Bricks, granite, sandstone, marble.
Brick.
Brick. Yes. Good. Harshita. Correct. What is Garbhagriha in a temple? What is Garbhagriha in a temple? The main entrance, the pillared hall, the inner sanctum, or the outer courtyard?
The inner sanctum.
Yes, the inner sanctum. Good. Which river flows near Rajiv Lochan temple in Raje? Rajiv Lochan temple in Raje. Raje is known as Prayagraj of Chhattisgarh. So it was having the conflicts of three rivers. Now, which of the following river was there? Mahanadi. Yes, correct. Where is Pataleshwar temple located? Pataleshwar temple is located where? Sirpur, Malhar, Raipur, Bhoramdev. Yes, Pataleshwar temple is located in Malhar. Malhar was the first archaeological site. There it was having Pataleshwar temple. Yes. Now, which archaeological site in Chhattisgarh is known as known for its megalithic burials? Megalithic burials के लिए कौन सी साइट जानी जाती है? सिरपुर, करकाभाट, मालपुर, sorry, Malhar and Raipur. Which site is known for megalithic burials? Megalithic burials, beds कहां से निकले? Yes, any idea? क्या होना चाहिए? तुक्का मारो, गलत होगा कोई बात नहीं.
B.
Yes, B. It's Karkabhat. Very good. Next, which significant discovery was made at तारीघाट छत्तीसगढ़? तारीघाट छत्तीसगढ़ में क्या मिला? A Buddhist monastery, a 2,500-year-old plant city, a Jain temple complex, a Hindu shrine. तारीघाट. Yes, तारीघाट में क्या मिला है? A 2,500-year-old plant city of megalithic site. Remember it? We have discussed it now.
Yes, sir.
Now, which dynasty ruled Chhattisgarh when Lakshman temple at Sirpur was built? Lakshman temple at Sirpur was built under the ruling of which dynasty? Now, if you cannot recall the name of the dynasty, you have to recall Lakshman temple is made up of bricks. Bricks were associated with ancient. Ancient में किसने रूल किया है? इन सारी डायनेस्टीज में सबसे पहले किसने रूल किया है? Which one ruled first? Yes.
Somvanshi.
No, it's Sarapuriya.
Sarapuriya.
Sarapuriya followed by Somvanshi, followed by Nala, followed by Kalchuri. Right? Now, what was the prominent feature of Bhoramdev temple architecture? Bhoramdev temple architecture का prime feature क्या था? Bhoramdev is constructed during Kalchuri time period. It was made up of sandstone and इसका speciality क्या थी? Why? देखो, Bhoramdev is known as Khajuraho of Chhattisgarh. Khajuraho temple is famous for
Intricate
B.
carvings and erotic
Yep,
sculptures.
erotic sculptures and intricate carvings. All of you are correct. Tanvi, Harshita, Malvi, all of you are correct. What is the religious significance of Rajim? Rajim का religious significance क्या है? It is a Buddhist pilgrimage site, Jain pilgrimage site, Hindu pilgrimage site, Sikh pilgrimage site. Yes. Yes, it's a Hindu pilgrimage site. Very good. Yes. Which goddess is the Mahamaya temple in Ratanpur dedicated to? Mahamaya temple. Mahamaya is clear by name itself. It is referred to
Durga.
Lakshmi.
yes, see Durga. No, it's no Harshita. It is regarding Durga, right? लक्ष्मी जी का तो कोई टेंपल मिला भी नहीं है. गॉडेस में केवल दुर्गा जी का ही मिला है. That's what we have to remember, right? Now, next, what is the meaning of megalithic in context of archaeological site? Megalithic का मतलब क्या है? Megalithic site means yes, I have told you megalithic is related to
A.
yes, Stone Age. Yes, so its answer should be relating to large stone. Now, which period witnessed the emergence of Nagar style of temple in Chhattisgarh? Which period has witnessed Nagar style temple? Nagar style temple कहां से बनना शुरू हुए? Earlier कौन से थे? Earlier थे brick style, right? फिर आए Nagar style, फिर आए smaller size. So its answer should be
B.
B, Bangalore. Yes, very good. What is the significance of Danteshwar temple in Dantewada? Dantewada, Danteshwari temple. What is the significance? मैंने आपको highlight करके बताया था 2018
शक्तिपीठ.
में पूछा था. Yes, it's a Shaktipeeth. Very good. Very good. Now, which archaeological site in Chhattisgarh provides evidence of early human settlement? Early human settlement के proof कहाँ पे मिलेंगे? Yes, Sirpur, Malhar, Tarighat, Raipur. Now, if you can actually see this question, look at question number 9. Right? Its answer was a 2,500-year-old plant city. Now, heading towards this question. Yes, question number 17. What should be the correct answer? Tell me. Yes?
Tarighat.
Yes, Tarighat. Very good. What is the main attraction of Pataleshwar Kedar temple in Malhar? Malhar में जो पातालेश्वर केदार टेम्पल है, it is having intricate carving, its large size Gomukh Shivling and ancient
C.
painting. क्या है? C. Gomukh Shivling. Yes, very good. What is the significance of Buddha Vihar found in Sirpur? सिरपुर में जो बुद्धा विहार मिला है उसकी स्पेशलिटी क्या है? Yes, it is oldest Buddhist site in India, larger than Nalanda
B.
University, Delhi. Yes, it is larger than 4 times larger than Nalanda University. Which city served as the capital city of Kalchuri dynasty? Kalchuri dynasty का capital city क्या था? Yes. Question number 20. I have told you. Kalchuris दो जगह के थे. Kalchuris of Tripuri and Kalchuris of कहाँ के थे?
Ratanpur.
Ratanpur. Yes, its correct answer is C. Calcutta. Right? So here technically we are done with history. The PDF of these two classes you will find, ठीक है, इन योर ऐप में फ्री मटेरियल वाले सेक्शन में मिल जाएगा आपको. राइट? अच्छा, सेकेंडली वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट विथ छत्तीसगढ़ रेंट कंट्रोल एक्ट टुमारो. दैट इज ओके फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू? यस?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Harshita, what about you? Is it good to go for Chhattisgarh Rent Control Act?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Now, next thing, have you people attempted first mock test? जो free mock attempt किया? Have you people got the time to attempt it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you can DM me directly, Tanvi, how much you have scored in that?
सर अराउंड 15-16 क्वेश्चन ही मैंने किए थे. उसके बाद वो नेटवर्क पता नहीं क्या हुआ कि मैं पूरा नहीं कर पाई थी, तो मैंने कुछ क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट किए थे.
Okay, okay, okay. So you can
मैं पूरा
reattempt it.
करूंगी. हाँ, यस
It is
सर.
having. So you can reattempt. What about you two, Harshita and Malavi? Have you
I'm
people
yet to
attempted that mock?
attempt it.
Yep.
I'm yet to attempt the test.
You have to yet to attempt, right? Perfect. What about you, Harshita?
Sir, actually, my LLM exams are going so.
Yep. So you are busy in that, right? So once you get free from that, then you'll attempt. That's
Definitely,
totally
sir.
good. The reason behind is because if you will attempt that mock na, so you will get an idea कि किस type के question आएंगे, and then you can like you can plan your study structure accordingly. This is what I had to read. This is what I have to leave. This is what might come in my exam. This is what will not come in my exam. Right?
Okay.
Right? So now अभी देखिए छत्तीसगढ़ के लोकल लॉज में we have to cover 3. छत्तीसगढ़ लैंड रेवेन्यू कोड, Chhattisgarh Rent Control Act, and Chhattisgarh Excise Act. Right? These are the 3 local laws which we have to cover. So tomorrow we are going to start with Chhattisgarh Rent Control. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, people. See you in the next class tomorrow. Ma'am, anything you want to convey?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
So
sir.
tomorrow is Saturday, so previous Saturday, Sundays, there were holidays in the classes.
So
So
Saturday and my bad. Saturday and Sunday will be off. From Monday we will start with that Chhattisgarh Rent Control.
okay, okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, people. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you.